shocks fans. Celine Hiver 2026 teaser reveals the perfect fusion of elegance and power in the fast-moving world of global fashion, where trends appear and disappear in the blink of an eye. Very few figures manage to transcend the fleeting nature of style and become something far more timeless. Yet that is exactly what happened when Kim Tae-young, known worldwide as V of BTS, appeared in the newly released teaser for Celine Hiver 2026. The moment the teaser surfaced online, social media erupted. Fans froze. Fashion insiders paused. And millions of viewers across the world began asking the same question. How did Tae-young transform a simple teaser into a cinematic moment that felt almost poetic? According to a newly published article by Kpoppie magazine, the answer lies in something deeper than celebrity influence or global popularity. The magazine described Tae-young's appearance as a perfect fusion of elegance and quiet strength, a living, breathing embodiment of the evolving Celine aesthetic. But what exactly made this teaser so powerful? Why are critics calling it one of the most artistic luxury fashion teasers of 2026? And how did Tae-young once again prove that his influence reaches far beyond the music stage? To understand the magnitude of this moment, we must first return to the beginning, the mysterious teaser that changed everything. The teaser that stopped the internet. The teaser video was only a few seconds long, yet those few seconds carried the weight of an entire cinematic story. It begins in near silence. A dimly lit hallway stretches into the distance, illuminated by a soft winter glow. The atmosphere feels cold, almost dreamlike, like stepping into a forgotten Parisian palace during the quiet hours before dawn. Then a shadow moves. Slowly, deliberately, Tae-young emerges from the darkness. He is dressed in a long black coat, tailored with razor-sharp precision, the kind of silhouette that instantly signals the unmistakable identity of Celine's winter aesthetic. But what truly captured viewers was not the outfit. It was his presence. His expression remained calm, almost distant, yet his gaze carried an intensity that felt impossible to ignore. It was elegance. It was restraint. But beneath it all, there was a quiet, undeniable power. Within minutes of its release, fans across the globe began sharing clips, screenshots, and theories. Is this a fashion teaser or a short film? One fan wrote on social media. Another commented, Tae-young doesn't just wear Celine. He becomes the story. And perhaps that is precisely what Kpoppie magazine meant when they described him as a poetic embodiment of the brand. A new era for Celine. For years, luxury brands have searched for ambassadors who could do more than simply represent clothing. They needed someone who could translate the spirit of a brand into emotion. Someone who could turn fashion into narrative. And according to industry observers, Celine may have found that rare figure in Tae-young. In their article, Kpoppie magazine wrote, V possesses a rare balance of softness and authority. His presence allows Celine to explore new visual poetry, where elegance meets subtle strength. The phrase quickly caught the attention of fans. Visual poetry? It perfectly described what viewers felt when watching the teaser. Nothing about the video felt loud or exaggerated. There were no dramatic movements, no flashy transitions. Instead, the power came from stillness, from the quiet tension between light and shadow, from the way Tae-young carried himself as if every step, every glance, every pause was part of an unspoken story. Elegance meets power. One of the most striking observations made by Kpoppie magazine was the duality Tae-young brought to the campaign. They described it as the perfect balance between elegance and strength. This contrast has always been central to Tae-young's artistic identity. On stage, he can move with explosive charisma. Yet in fashion editorials, he often embraces something much quieter, something introspective and deeply expressive. In the Celine Hiver 2026 teaser, that balance reached a new level. His posture remained relaxed, yet commanding. His gaze felt calm, yet piercing. It was as if two different energies existed within the same moment. The grace of a classic Parisian muse, the quiet power of a global icon. And when those two elements collided, the result was unforgettable. Fans notice every detail. Of course, it didn't take long for fans to begin analyzing every frame of the teaser. Within hours, screenshots flooded fan communities. Some fans focused on the styling, the sharp black coat, the subtle silver accessories, the clean, minimalist setting. Others paid attention to the cinematography, the soft lighting that framed Taehyung's face like a Renaissance portrait. But the most discussed element was something far more intangible: his aura. Fans described it in countless ways: mysterious, hypnotic, timeless. One viral post read, "Taehyung doesn't just appear in the teaser. He feels like the soul of it." Fashion critics weigh in. While fans celebrated the teaser across social media, fashion critics also began sharing their thoughts. Many agreed that Taehyung's collaboration with Celine represents a shift in how luxury brands approach storytelling. Instead of focusing solely on clothing, the teaser emphasized atmosphere and identity. And Taehyung, with his naturally cinematic presence, became the perfect centerpiece for that vision. Some critics even compared the teaser to classic European fashion films from the 1990s, a time when luxury brands embraced mood, mystery, and artistic symbolism. Yet despite these comparisons, the campaign still felt distinctly modern, because at the center of it stood one of the most influential global stars of this generation. More than a global ambassador, perhaps the most powerful statement from Kpoppie magazine came near the end of their article: the artistic vision behind the teaser. As discussions about the Celine Hiver 2026 teaser continued to dominate online communities, fashion insiders began to analyze something deeper than Taehyung's visual impact. They started asking a more intriguing question: what artistic vision was Celine trying to convey through him? Luxury fashion campaigns rarely rely on coincidence. Every movement, every shadow, every camera angle is part of a carefully constructed message. And according to several fashion analysts, the teaser's visual language suggests that Celine is entering a new narrative era, one where elegance is no longer just about appearance, but about emotional presence. In the short clip, Taehyung does not smile. He does not speak. He barely moves. Yet the tension in the scene builds slowly, like the opening of a classic European art film. Some critics describe the atmosphere as winter poetry translated into motion. The muted colors, the stillness of the hallway, and the soft echo of footsteps all contribute to a feeling of isolation and introspection, themes that have quietly shaped Celine's creative direction in recent years. And at the center of this quiet storm stands Taehyung, not as a performer, not as an idol, but as a character within a story, a presence that feels cinematic. One of the most fascinating aspects of Taehyung's appearance in the teaser is the cinematic quality of his performance. Many fashion campaigns rely heavily on editing tricks and dramatic motion to capture attention. But here, the opposite approach was taken. The camera simply watches him, and somehow that restraint makes the moment feel even more powerful. Taehyung walks slowly through the frame. His coat moves gently with each step. The lighting shifts across his face. Nothing else happens. Yet viewers feel as if they are watching a scene from a larger film, one where the character's inner emotions remain hidden beneath a calm exterior. This ability to communicate complex emotion through stillness is something Taehyung has demonstrated many times throughout his career. Fans often describe it as his actor aura, and in the context of high fashion, that aura becomes an incredibly valuable artistic tool. Because luxury brands are not only selling clothing, they are selling a feeling. Global fans react. The teaser quickly spread beyond fashion circles and entered mainstream global conversation. Within hours of its release, fan communities across multiple platforms began sharing their reactions. Many fans were struck by how different the teaser felt compared to typical idol promotions. Instead of bright colors and energetic choreography, the campaign embraced minimalism and emotional tension. One fan wrote on social media, "It feels like Taehyung stepped out of a painting." Another commented, "This isn't just fashion. This is art." Screenshots from the teaser also began circulating widely, with fans highlighting small visual details: the texture of the coat,